everyone, I hope you're all well. It's been a while since we've done a weird funny stories I wrote as a kid, so we're going to read another bit of Brats. If you remember, this is a story that I wrote 27 pages of. I think I wrote it when I was about 10 or 11, and I don't remember it at all. I just remember I was very, very detailed in it. I wanted to take it really, really seriously. If you've been reading along with me so far, you'll know that there's two sisters, Tash and Becks. They're twins. They were adopted when they were babies, and now they're reconnecting with their birth mother, who works in Hollywood. She doesn't seem to like kids very much, which I find it really weird that she wanted these two to come back into her life. She's taken one of them on a fancy shopping trip and they've got loads of luxury designer brands to wear to school, and the other girl didn't want to go on the shopping trip, so she's going to be left wearing rags. They're not really rags, they're just things from the high street. Her adopted parents used to take care of her really well, but not the same kind of really well that the mum seems to think is really well. It's about to be their first day at a brand new school, and I don't remember what happens at this point, and I'm very excited to see where it goes. And if you haven't watched this before, I wear a hat because I've wrote this from two different points of views. So I'll have the hat on for one sister, and then I'll take it off for the other sister, and that will help you kind of keep up with exactly what's happening. And if you haven't seen this series before, if you want to see the other parts of the story and catch up, I'll leave a link to the playlist down below and you can find out more about Tash and Becks. So let's get going. Let's see what happens. It's Monday today, our first day at Middlebank High. Alright girls, before we start on our work, I'd like to introduce Natasha Bradley and Rebecca Bradley. And if you haven't guessed, she said mysteriously, they're identical twin sisters. I bet you're best friends too, are you girls? She squeaked. That's the only thing we can agree on nowadays. No, we said angrily together. Well, she said, unable to think of anything to say. Sit down and let's do the register. The only seats left were together, slap bang right in the middle of the class. People were giving us funny looks because A, we're new, and B, we're twins. I tried to focus on anything but these stares. The register. Leanne Atkinson? A tall girl with round glasses put her hand up. Hayley Attlberg. A short girl with a chubby figure put her hand up. Natasha Bradley. I put my hand up anxiously. Rebecca Bradley. Silence. Bex was staring out the window at the birds. At the birds? What? The birds. Like the Tweety things. Oh, sorry, miss. Yes, I'm here, she said hurriedly. Outside the room, please, she said firmly and meaningly. Meaningly? Is meaningly a word? I don't know what I've done wrong. I answered the register and got put outside the door. Miss Albright has come out. As you can see, your dress sense is different to everyone's. Individuality, I said angrily. And your hand got chopped off just now? I see you couldn't put it up, she said sarcastically. I didn't hear you. Well, I don't like you, she said. Into class. I didn't expect the teachers to get involved and start judging people. Like, I thought this was going to be like a kind of stereotypical, like all the girls were like the one with the designer clothes, and or you know, everyone will hate her because she doesn't have the cool clothes on. But I didn't think the teachers were going to get involved with the drama. Plot twist, plot twist. I'm impressed, young Kate. I'm impressed. Right, okay, let's see. She's still it's still Bex. What was that all about? Tash asked. What do you care? I hissed back. I want to be friends again. I considered it, but I knew my answer. Yeah, all right. Settle down, class. We need to get on with the lesson. I'll tell you later. Oh, well, that fight didn't last very long, but I like it that way. I think these girls need to be friends. Even, like, especially if the mum's gonna be mean and the teacher's gonna be mean. Like, Bex needs someone. Bex needs someone on her side, so I'm glad that Tash and Bex are friends again. Like, for that argument that lasted, what, a whole page? It lasted a whole page. That's a big argument. We started off with a period of art. Some people whitewashed the walls while others planned their design. We were doing a class mural of Noah's Ark. Okay, that makes sense. I did wonder for a minute why some of the class was whitewashing the walls, because that doesn't seem like a very arty thing. It just sounds like child labour to me. But okay, like they're whitewashing the walls because they're gonna do a class mural. Me and Becks are doing penguins. We've made up now. We drew our plans of penguin pictures first, and to our surprise, they were identical, even though we hadn't looked at each other's drawings. My first day at school was alright, but the second was horrific. A monster came into the class. Do you know how I said everyone was dressed in designer? This girl looked like she just came off the catwalk. Chantel, the teacher said, as if she were a god. Have you met Rebecca and Natasha? They're identical twin sisters. The girl raised her eyebrows at us. Then she went to sit down. There's a label for these kind of people. Not DKNY, brats. And we have a picture of Chantel, who's looking very, very, very mean. Can you see that there? And that's a DKNY dress as well there. Also, I'd like to point out that I didn't know many designer brands at this age, and I probably couldn't name a whole load of them either nowadays. I'd probably know a lot more, but I think DKNY is probably one of the only ones that's going to come up in this. And is that even very designer? I don't know. I think it was mentioned in a book by Jacqueline Wilson, so I thought, okay, Jacqueline Wilson knows her designer brands, so we'll just use that one. So I think DKNY is going to be the example. In quite a few points of this story, anywhere we need designers will probably be DKNY. For goodness sake! A girl came in today as if she were the queen. The teacher said something to her, and she looked at us and raised her eyebrows. Then she went to sit at the back of the class. The brat looked at us as if we were scum. I hate her already. And no doubt, she hates me. Sorry for it was 2 pages. We continued on the Noah's Ark stuff for a while. Then me and Becks were instructed to start painting on the wall. Little Miss Brat, Chantel's her name, walked over. Stop right now, pig, she ordered Becks. What do you think you're doing? This is my partner, and I'm the one doing my penguin. No, you're not, shouted Becks, outraged. This is my penguin, and last time I checked, my partner. Well, you should check more often, the beast retorted. Move, she ordered. Listen, why don't you work with Kaylee? I said, trying to offer peace. I don't like her, she's a cow. How about Melanie? She doesn't like me. Louise? I don't like her. Emma? Slap her. Leanne? Minga. Tanya? She sent me over here. Haley? She paused for a moment, then she snapped. Why can't I just work with you, Tasha? You're nice. I could go over to Tanya's and you work with my sister, I offered, but it didn't work. The non-designer freak? I'm glad I'm not related to her. I want to work with you, she wailed. I have a way you don't have to work with anyone, said Becks politely. What's that, pig? This. Then she punched her. Wow, that got mean really fast. That got mean really, really fast. Okay, so Becks has just punched Chantel, who doesn't seem to be a very nice girl anyway, but wow, okay. And Chantel doesn't seem to be liked by pretty much everyone in the class. She seems to have a problem with everyone, so it's maybe not the first time she's been punched. But Drama. We're only on page 12. We have another 15 pages. I think I was really hoping to be writing for a soap opera the way that this is written. Like some kind of edgy, like the example on my head right now is Tracy Beaker. Like, did you ever watch the Tracy Beaker TV series? Because that is like, I feel like a lot of this is inspired by that. So I've been sent out the classroom for something I should have done to Chantel the minute she stepped in the door. There's blood on my fist. I walloped her so hard it made her nose bleed and knocked her out. Unfortunately, she came back round a minute later, but now no one will mess with me. The teacher's coming out. I've decided if she tells me off, I'll wallop her too. For goodness sake, Rebecca, what was that for? A brat to show her she can't get everything she wants, I retorted angrily. She's not that bad underneath, Miss Albright said softly. Give her another chance. For me? I considered it, then nodded. Good. Now I don't want to see you out here for any reason for the whole rest of the week. Into class. I didn't realise Miss Albright was an arts teacher. I thought she was an English teacher for some reason in my head. Maybe she does a bit of both. Did I even say she was an English teacher? I don't think I did. I think she was just like a registration teacher earlier. She seems a lot less angry at Becks and a lot more forgiving, maybe? I maybe should have made that a different teacher. I came in looking tough to show no one can mess with me. I ignored the stares of the class, especially Chantel, who was being cleaned up by the nurse. The nurse saw these stares and turned round to give me a meaningful look. When Bex came back in, I tackled her. Did you have to do that? I asked. Yeah, Bex answered. She deserved it. I know, but... I gave her a meaningful look. Couldn't you have just let her have her own way? She needs to be taught a lesson, and that lesson is, no matter how much money your parents have, you can't have everything you want. I shook my head. You're going to get into so much trouble teaching people that way. You did what? Julianne screeched loudly and angrily with wide eyes. I shrugged coolly. Oh, you know, just punched a girl in the nose and knocked her out for a minute. Self-defense it's called. Or are you too ladylike to do that sort of thing? I done it because she's a brat. Like you, Julianne accused. I bet it was to get your own way. It was so she didn't get her own way, I shouted truthfully. She called me a non-designer freak. Because you are, said Julianne, obviously shocked. You should have went shopping with your sister and me. With you? No thank you, I said sarcastically. My non-labels fit me fine as they are. Oh my god, Bex is in so much trouble. I'm in the kitchens looking for a snack. Not much here. Oh look, wine. Why not drink to forget? My life's a misery, might make me happy. What? The good sister is getting into alcohol? Wow, this is getting edgy. We're on page 14 and it's getting so edgy. I don't know what's inspiring all of this. I'm guessing I was at high school by the time I was writing this because this is like getting a little bit dark. Like not too dark, but like PG dark. It's like, it's darker than I expected it to be. But I feel like this is another point where I'm going to start showing how little knowledge I have of the things that I'm trying to tackle in this. I want to tackle some dark issues, but I probably don't know anything about them really, because I was probably like 11 when I wrote this. I wake up at 6 this morning. I don't know what it was, but I could hear groaning and whining. I snuck into Tash's living room and walked along the corridor and went into her room. Natasha Rose Bradley looked as if she was having a hangover. I woke up with a killer headache and Bex staring suspiciously. Hiya, Bexaladooda, I laughed woozily. What have you done? Is this a hangover or drugs? She demanded. Wine, windy wine, so stop whining, I giggled. Get a grip of yourself, Bex shouted. Oh dear, you might have woken the parents. I don't really care, she screamed, then added softly, why? Then she left. Won't be doing that again for a while. I don't seem to know the difference between a hangover and still being drunk there, because it sounds like Tash is still a little bit drunk, but I don't know. I'm going to leave it there for today because this is getting very deep, and we've already had a couple of new characters, a couple of plot twists that I didn't expect. I did not expect Tash to turn to alcohol. I didn't expect the teachers to turn on Bex. And I find it really interesting as well that Tash is getting herself into more serious trouble, but she's hiding it better. And Bex is the one who's got the reputation as the bad twin. But I think Tash is going to be taking over from that soon. who knows? I honestly don't know where the story's going now, because that was a lot more surprising and a lot less predictable than I expected it to be. So I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Where do you think this story's going next? Are there going to be penguins in the Noah's Ark mural because there's so many partner changes and everybody's in trouble? Are the penguins going to make it on Noah's Ark? How's Chantel going to get on? How's she going to react to Becks when she comes back to school? Is she going to still want to be friends with Tash, or is she just going to avoid the twins altogether? And are Tash and Becks still friends? Because this is like a super interesting situation they've got themselves into. And I don't know if they're going to survive this. Is their twin relationship going to survive all these turbulent changes? I genuinely don't know. So I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. We're only on page 14 and we've got another 13 to go. So if you're enjoying the story, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, and I'll make sure to keep you updated on what happens next. I cannot wait to read this again, because I'm really interested to know where this is going next, and I'm not allowed to read it until you read it with me. So let's find out together. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. Cheerio. Thanks again for watching, everybody. If you'd like to see again what's happened so far, check out over here. And YouTube have suggested a video you might enjoy over here. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with all my latest videos. Thanks again, everyone. Cheerio.